All right, welcome back to the Big Bucket of Chicken, episode 12. Kevin, how are you?
All right.
Yeah, monster happened to us.
Are you doing the monster truck commercial?
I was almost gonna I saw an ad for monster trucks like on Instagram. I was like, I want to go. I want to see the
Grave Digger Predator.
Yeah, like is Bigfoot still a thing? And
yeah, I think so. What was the other one? It was like
Bigfoot, Grave Digger was like the big ones when I was a kid. And then obviously over time, like now there's like an all-American one now. It's called like the Patriot Act or something, and it's like a fucking just a flagged truck.
Do you remember we made like a fake monster truck commercial, and we were like making up crazy names like the Sodomizer,
Pig Knuckle,
Murder Cane Destructo.
Exactly, and you know what? I have that CD somewhere.
Well, those commercials were exactly like that. Though. I don't know if you remember the monster
trucks. Monster Jam. Do you want to be in a tight, confined space with 5,000 other people slowly suffocating from carbon monoxide? Monster trucks. When these cars get crushed, the people are still inside. Bloodshed.
Exactly.
No, those are awesome. I love those monster truck commercials from kids, and they were always the same. They never changed because they were so fucking effective.
It was effective. When I was a kid, I was like,
and you know what they say at the end? They're always like, "Kids, get in for $10."
Is it still $10 for kids?
It probably is. I don't know.
No one cares anymore because it's like just get the bodies in there. Make sure you have plenty of body bags because asphyxiation is going to happen. It's going to happen. I mean, I remember I went maybe once or twice as a kid. I didn't go a ton.
I never went.
I went once or
twice.
I was
deprived, but I love the commercials.
And you know what you realize when you get there is that the trucks are huge, but they're not like that big. It's a pickup truck with just giant wheels and a bigger engine, and they make it look like it's a house on wheels. And you get there, you're like, this isn't that big.
You do look like the guy that could have a monster truck.
I should have him. With this face, I should just be like, hey, guys, hop in. Like, we need a ladder. It's like, no, you pussies. I jump up here with my man legs.
You see the wheel over there? That's my house.
Exactly. And I remember we watched the monster truck. So they do a couple things. Like, first, there's like the dirt buggy gang comes out. And like it's like guys on motorcycles like, ming, ming, ming. And you're like, I don't care. Next. Then the monster trucks come out. And then after the monster trucks came out, they would do this thing, and I'm sure anyone who's watched monster trucks, I don't know if you're 11 and you're watching, so they had this like the robot truck's gonna come out, and like they literally have a car that comes out, it looks like a sports car, and then all of a sudden it transforms, like literally someone's backstage or in the car just going like
it becomes the Megazord.
It like leans up real slow, and then all of a sudden the doors become arms, and one arm shoots fire, and the other arm's like sparklers are coming out. It's like the lights all flicker, the strobe lights. And we're like, this is not cool. I don't care. I don't want this. I want more.
And then to defeat the giant robot, Gravedigger just runs into it.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even do anything cool like that. It would just come out. It was like someone who was into hobby car making and just made this thing. Like, we'll put you in the show.
So you're saying what you want is like Vin Diesel to come out with like a minigun and to blow it up with like.
That's Fast and Furious. I'll live for this shit.
Yeah, so...
do you think that guy, though, like does that all the time? Like, there's no way he can turn that off, that enthusiasm.
Think about the monster trucks, what it is. I mean, they'll be at Madison Square Garden, Nassau Coliseum, but it's like the circus. It's like a traveling, like, white trash fest. It's like, all right, we're going to Albuquerque.
Well, think about it. Like, when he's home with his wife, and it's like,
tonight, I'm going to murder that pussy.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, he's got to do things like that, right?
Exactly.
Kids,
we got to get the kids to school.
You took down 40 houses. The kids can't be late to school. Grave Digger's kids were going to get a good education.
Who is Gravedigger? That guy's got to have a cool name.
Well, his name's
got to be like Dick Slammer or something.
I imagine there's like 50 of them. Like, they just the guy keeps dying.
We got to have the official.
Breaking his leg or something like that. And like, it would just put a new guy in the truck. Like, no one knows. It's like, get in that Suburban.
That's right. That's true. If someone dies, no one like reports about it because they care about the truck. It's not about the driver. It's about the fucking truck.
I'm sure there's a few people out there who are like, oh, that's Mark Markinson. He's from Arkansas and he's the Bigfoot driver. But like, who knows who the fucking when I was a kid, I wasn't like, oh, I want to know who that guy is. I didn't care. Right. I want the truck to explode, and I want
everybody in there to be dead.
Yeah. I want because like I said on TV, you'd watch like the commercials. It was never like on TV.
Yeah.
Especially there was no YouTube back in the 90s.
Thank God. Not even on like ESPN ESPN 8. Like there
Yeah,
was,
but
there would be like a
when you
monster
did
truck
see
rally.
when you saw clips either on I don't know how it would be on TV or maybe it was on like channel like 78 back in the day every once in a while. It was a close up. It was a giant truck crushing all these cars. You get there was like 9 cars. You're like, this is fucking bullshit.
But I like that they just like it's like crushing the same car over and over again too.
Yeah, well,
like the car is completely like flat.
Yeah,
and they're still
it's-
like trying to crush it.
It's a speed bump. You're like, got it, my turn, and that's what it was. They just take like the Rangers hockey rink and just I guess cover it with tarp and then just fill the arena with fucking mud and dirt and make hills and then put like 8 or 10 cars and just run. And it was a circle, it was a fucking circuit, and they would just here he goes. He's gonna do the exact same thing you saw 9 times in a row.
You know what I bet a sponsor of the Monster Jam is probably Chick-Fil-A. You ever have Chick-Fil-A?
Kev, you know I can't have Chick-fil-A because there's chicken at Chick-fil-A.
What the fuck, man?
Bro, I'm not guy. You keep like,
Wait, you never had Chick-Fil-A and you still don't want it?
when I ate meat, I didn't eat Chick-fil-A.
Okay, so before you found out about this whole vision you had where you're not going to eat meat and stuff like that.
My visions.
Before that, were you like game for it?
I mean, I remember seeing Chick-fil-A. There was a place.
Beyond the brush.
There was a Chick-fil-A in my dreams.
The branches were there.
but I never
pulled them back.
I just never like went, there wasn't many of them around at the time, so I just didn't go. And then, like I said, I mean,
What a 5-star operation, man! You got to go in there like it is.
What's
like
some of the
it's a
things-
machine, though.
do you just walk in and just get punched in the face? Welcome to Chick-fil-A, racism.
Well, no, I think they're more privy to against the gays. Chick-fil-A.
Oh boy,
yeah. Well, they're not open on Sundays. You know that, right?
because of Christ.
Yeah, they don't open on Sundays. So you see what Popeyes
Great
did?
business model.
Popeyes took out an ad for people looking for part-time work on the weekends that
Wow.
worked at Chick-fil-A. They wanted listen, guys.
The chicken wars.
No, it is the chicken wars right now. We're in the midst of it, and you're on the fucking sidelines looking out, like going like, "What's this chicken thing you're talking about?"
Where's all the meat going?
No, but Chick-fil-A it's this wholesome thing because every time you say thank you, they're trained to say "my pleasure." Like if you say instead of "you're welcome," they'll say "my pleasure."
Ew.
Yeah,
They have
don't
to do
say
it. It's part of the business
sexy
model.
and weird though. But they say
My pleasure, sir.
See, I like a pleasure. It was all mine, sir. They don't do it like they don't do it like that. But I'm saying they have to say it. So you could probably get somebody in trouble. Like if you went to Chick-fil-A and you said, "Thank you for the meal," and they said, "You're welcome." What? Like you
Get
turn
me
back-
Mr. Filet on the phone.
Right, Mr. Fiddler.
So that's actually funny you bring that up because I was looking at it was like a meme or something, or maybe it was on Reddit. I don't know what it was, but so Trader Joe's. I mean, I don't really shop a lot, but when I did, I went to Trader Joe's, and it's never happened to me. But I read online, and there was people in the comments who worked at Trader Joe's. Apparently, part of Trader Joe's is I don't know, business model, almost like a Chick-fil-A. Is that every employee? I don't know if they have to, but I guess it's very encouraged. Anything you get in your cart, one of the items they have to say, "Wow, that's real dangerous." Ooh, that's dangerous.
Like what?
But
are you putting an AK-47 in your shopping cart?
I don't know how. I mean, obviously the cadence it doesn't really transmit on the social media or on text. But I assume what they meant is you get 5 things. You get you get an apple. Or what do you get at Trader Joe's? Avocados and chocolates or decadent chocolates. And ooh,
It's kind of like a Whole Foods, right?
it's
Trader
a
Joe's.
smaller, cheaper Whole Foods, yeah. And I guess they have to go ooh, these are dangerous. What are these? Rocher chocolates?
See, I would like to be complimented more about the things that I have. Oh my God, are those almonds? That's decadent.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
want to see things like that. But
Yeah.
but you're saying is what's the most dangerous thing? A fucking full Hershey chocolate bar?
Yeah, they don't even sell that kind of. I mean, they do have candy at Trader Joe's, but it's always Mike's milk chocolates.
See, they should throw out facts though, one of every 4 Americans has diabetes, just something like that, where you're giving medical facts from the employees at Trader Joe's.
I mean, I'm sure that the information's there. I just look right past that shit and go right to the chocolate. I'm like, ooh, the chocolate bin, and just fill my cart. Can I have 17 of these?
Yeah,
But
looks
yeah.
like someone's due for a doctor's appointment.
Exactly. Oh, look at you, Tubby. What are you getting? 4? How about another 2? Get a
Guess
half
you
a
missed the
dozen.
memo about a doctor or an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
It's well, if I eat a family-sized bag of Costco's Hershey Kisses, and I also eat a banana, does that just weigh itself right back out?
As long as that's organic, I think, right?
And the only reason I mention Costco family-size Hershey Kisses because we have a bag in my house.
you have them.
I have a bag in my house, and
When you say they, do you mean you?
oh well, it's in the house.
We've already known about your cookie thing.
Who's
you have.
eating more of it? I'm not gonna fight about like who's having most of them, but like you know what it is? It's something about a Hershey Kiss. I don't know what it is, but like I like the Christmas Kisses the best because I like the red and the green and the silver, and because it's always silver, except for like different times a year they change the wrapping. Like look, we zhuzhed up the Hershey Kiss that's been around since like 1801 or whatever the fuck.
Can you gay up the words Christmas kiss, please? Go ahead.
Who wants a Christmas kiss? Mwah.
Thank you.
But so you know,
Christmas kisses.
like you buy a bag of Hershey Kisses, like I guess like they sell like the smaller bags, like 25 in there, whatever. Who cares? But like this is like a bag where I can reach in like a bag of chips and just pull a handful.
Now, is this where they're unwrapped too?
No.
Oh, that's bullshit.
No, they're still.
See, that sucks for you.
No,
because
fuck
it's
that.
like the pistachio for you. Like you gotta
all right.
unwrap every individual
I'm glad you
one.
said pistachio because I have that. Okay, so I do the same thing. I like the pistachio with the shell still on it.
Me too.
Suck
if
the
I
salt
just
off
had
of
the,
it.
I feel like it sucks when you just eat the pistachio.
That's not that it sucks.
It's the process.
It's like think about it. If I'm gonna let's say you eat like a ton of pistachios with the shell on them.
Yeah.
You've eaten like 50, which is probably still way too many nuts to eat in one sitting. It's like it's just a rock in your stomach. But when I buy the shelled pistachios, like the bag, I eat it like fucking popcorn. It's like like pouring them down my face. And just, you know, you're getting like 12 at a time in your mouth. That's like 14 hours of manpower to like make that man hours to make that happen. If you had like fucking the one that's like almost closed has like that one little like sliver of like opening, you like putting in your mouth.
Have
like,
you
trying to
considered
get your teeth in there? Like, oh, break this open.
Have you considered though doing the same thing with the Christmas kisses, like opening the wrapping with your teeth?
No.
Like put 12 in and like
No.
I mean, you could probably get good at that.
No,
right?
I mean the only candy I've ever tried that with was like a Starburst. I put a Starburst in your mouth with the wrapper on it. And just like working it like and then spit the wrapper out. Like who's the man?
You have tried that. Okay, cool.
Kev,
It could work with the Hershey Kisses.
It's being a fat
I'm
ass
sorry.
is a full-time job.
Christmas kisses.
Christmas kisses.
I do hate the little like wrapping where it has like the name, like the little white thing, because I always felt like sometimes that you would take off the wrapping and that would still be there, and sometimes it would be like lined into the chocolate, so you had to like rip it out.
Yeah, well, I mean that's I know.
It's first world problems.
I get around the wrapping pretty easy, Kev. I know my way around a Hershey Kiss.
Yeah, but there's got to be at least a few where you're like, fuck it. I knew the wrapping was still on it, but it was still delicious.
Just eat the paper. Like who cares? Like
shut it out later. That's fine.
And what I do with Hershey Kisses, I eat them very specifically. I don't like to just like put them in my mouth and chew it up. I like let it melt in my mouth, suck on it until it like dissolves.
See, I'm not as big a fan as Hershey Kisses or Hershey Kisses. I can't even say it anymore.
Hershey Kisses,
Hershey
guys.
Kisses, my teeth.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm not a big fan as you are of them.
what are you a fan of, Kev?
Listen.
What's your junk food?
When I say that, I'm a chip guy. Like I'm a chip guy through and through.
Oh,
like
you're
if you
just
put,
better than everybody else.
No, not at all. Like
Cookies and Hershey Kisses
your thing
are
is
for
sugar. My
faggots
thing is
and-
salt.
And you're well, all right. Well, so
Did I say Hershey Kisses were for faggots?
Well, no,
Like,
but
don't fucking put words in my
You
mouth.
made it seem like all of a
That's
sudden,
bullshit.
like we're having.
First of all, that's like in 2020. You can't say that.
I mean, I
Say
said
it again. Hershey Kisses are for faggots.
I
Like,
said it.
Get away with it, Lou.
I said it.
Go ahead.
because we know the word
Go ahead,
faggot
hate
doesn't have
monger.
anything to do with sexuality. It's like a
Oh, really?
It's like one of those like crutch words. Like, yeah, you're a real bitch. You're a pussy. You're an asshole. It's like
Not
one of
anymore,
those-
pal.
I know. We're gonna get letters.
Canceled.
Do we get letters? Does a Big Buck Chicken have a
We
mail
got
PO
letters
box?
before.
But like, did it go to your house or how did it get to you, Kev? Like, do we have a PO box I don't know about?
I don't know.
Do you have a PO box in the post office? Like these are for the.
But
Big
rest
Bucket.
assured, if you do send a letter in, the beginning of the reply will be "Dear faggot." So don't worry.
I don't care.
It's the big bucket promise.
So we talked last week on our last episode about like we did some drunk stories, but we did forget one, which I want you to tell.
Yeah, I do.
And then I did
I wanna
something.
tell that one.
I did something on Instagram before I kind of gave away a little bit of what I wanted to talk about today, which is experiences that I've had with like psychedelics, basically. So I OD'd, and I think you know the story on pot brownies like some years ago, and I'll talk about that. But first, I want you to tell the story we forgot to tell last week.
Yeah, my
That's-
brother was really upset with me that I didn't tell this story because the story needs to be told.
He's directly involved. In the
I
story.
told this story a few years ago. That was when we were doing the not so fun Big Bucket of Chicken. But anywho,
Tell it again.
yeah. So again, my thing was peeing different places when I get drunk, blackout drunk.
Yeah, remember last episode.
Going to pee different places. Yeah, I'm just trying to remind people.
Go watch
of
episode 11 to hear all about.
Yeah,
Kevin's
episode
peeing.
11, you can hear all the stories. But here's another one. So my brother came into town for my birthday one year, and he used to do that a lot. And my birthday's like in April, so we went out to a bar that night. And again, it was fun. It was a good turnout. all the trimmings, all the fun of what you usually do, all the friends, all that stuff. I don't know why I'm starting to be Trump.
You're such a faggot.
I said,
I said it again there. You got me saying it now. I was going to say fat ass.
trimmings I can't say? Like I'm talking about a fucking turkey.
All the trimmings.
I'm talking about like my Thanksgiving meal.
There
by
was sweet
talking
potato
about this.
pie showed up and marshmallows. And
Don't forget about the cornucopia.
pumpkin pie showed up. Hello, pumpkin pie. Get in my belly. Yum, 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 yum. Okay,
Can we make a real like a Thanksgiving children's book?
Yeah, we should write one. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Just-
Continue the story.
Yeah. So again, my apartment was small at the time, and me and my brother slept in the same bed. No, nothing happened, and we were brothers. I mean, that's just weird. We're not from West Virginia, for Christ's sake.
Something happened.
He is
but
from Kansas, but I don't know. I mean,
That's another
Kansas isn't
episode.
as bad as you think it is once you get there. But anywho, so late at night, I pulled my bullshit. I woke up. I like rose. I don't even think like my legs bent. It was more like Nosferatu, like rose like this. And I got up. And my brother had like his luggage that he brought in because he'd flown in from Kansas. So it was in the room too. And so what I did was there was this glass case in my room. And, I needed something to kind of leverage myself. I probably figured, again, remember when I say all these things is that I think I'm in the bathroom, okay? It's not like I'm like, oh, a fucking door. Let me fucking piss on that.
Well, you're not
It's
thinking
never that.
you're
It's
blackout
always
drunk.
more like, oh, a fun toilet. Thank God I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Thank God I made it before I pissed all over the
Oh,
place.
God.
That's always the thing with that. It's never. I just want people to realize it's not that. It's not like I just want to piss on everything. I'm not R. Kelly, for Christ's sakes.
Either
But
way,
anywho,
the result is you piss on everything.
right. So again, I started like leveraging myself, and just went to town, and unfortunately, my brother's fucking suitcase was right under me. So he finds out, he sees what I'm doing. I think he like wakes up
He
with
wakes
like
up in
one,
the middle of
one
you peeing
he
on
goes up like one bloodshot eye, and he kind of like just like he's tired. He's like, okay, Kevin's up, and then he goes, and then he like it kicks in like what I do, I guess, like why I would be up at that and like staring at the glass.
Yeah.
So he got up and he jumps up onto the bed. He goes, Kevin, you're pissing on my fucking luggage. And I was like, oh, what? Oh, hey, man, how you doing?
You responded
And he
nothing.
goes, okay. So I don't stop.
No.
I'm just like, yes, I am. In my head, I'm like, yup, you are correct.
Nailed it.
So he punches me in
Yeah,
the back of the head,
Yeah.
and I like go forward, like the thing on the glass thing, like just all like falls over. I'm like, oh. So then I like go onto the bed, and he's like, bro, he's like, dude, you just fucking pissed all over my fucking luggage, and I'm like, dude, it happens, man. I don't know, it happens.
You did say it happened.
I said it like Bobcat Goldthwait.
I was on the
like,
couch
"Ah!"
sleeping in the living room when that happened, and
Yeah.
he didn't hit you once. It was kind of like a Kevin, what? And then oof, he hit you, and you like try
Yeah,
to
I
balance
probably
yourself.
had it. Yeah,
and not
I was like
balancing yourself.
dazed, but I did snap out of it.
Maybe 3 punches. You
Yeah, I
snapped.
had to. It sucked because I had to take his clothes to the laundromat the next day. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
I mean, he forgave me, but I was just like, "Come on, man! Like, what do you want me to do? Like, this is what I do."
But I remember I remember you did say it happens.
It happens, man. He
I'm an
goes-
alcoholic.
I remember my brother going, "No, it doesn't happen. It doesn't fucking happen. What are you talking about?"
That was
So,
great. So
yeah, that was a fun one. Good birthday, though. Besides that, we had fun that night.
it was a good night, and that's another indicator. So just so to reiterate what Kevin was saying, this wasn't like a malicious thing you did. This was the cherry on top of the Sunday of a great night.
Yeah, well, that
We
was
had-
Friday into Saturday. Then we went out Saturday night too and did the same thing.
You started the weekend by peeing on something.
Yeah, but the
a good
lesson
weekend.
learned is not to do it 2 days in a row. Not go out.
Did
go
you
out,
do it 2
Go
days?
out 2 nights in a row, but don't piss on your brother's
Was the
luggage
next
2
night
days in a
the
row.
night you almost peed on me when I was sleeping on the couch?
No, that was a different time.
Oh, okay. No,
No,
well-
but I'm saying I will learn my lesson in that same weekend. There will never be 2 days in a row of pissing.
That's the
like that.
Kevin promise.
That's the Kevin promise.
So, all right, that was the story that we forgot to tell last week. And then this weekend I went to go see a friend perform. He's a rapper, and we were just talking about like mushrooms and stuff. And I didn't tell the story in the spot because it's kind of a long story. So I want to tell it on the show today. Was around the summer of 2011, we started getting real experimental. Like I hadn't really smoked pot. I still don't. And I didn't really smoke a lot of pot back then, but I was trying to get back into marijuana as you do, like as a hobby or something. And I was smoking it, but I was like, my anxiety, it definitely negative affects me. So what we started doing was I was getting like regs or wheat, whatever wheat I was getting, and making brownies. Like for like 2 or 3 weekends in a row, I'd make brownies. We'd drink, eat a brownie or something like that, and it's just like it enhanced the night. You just like you're giggling, it's fun and everything. So we did this for about a month, and then I got real, I guess, careless or overzealous. I don't know what the word is. And you weren't there that night, but I had been making them. So I lived in an apartment at the time with an ex-girlfriend, or girlfriend at the time, but ex-girlfriend now. And I wanted to invite people over, so I wanted to. At this time, I was like doing movie nights in my house, and like we were watching shows and stuff. So I was like, all right, my sisters, her friend, me and my girlfriend. I think that was it, maybe like 5 or 6 of us. So I was like, I can't really make brownies because it's only gonna make like 6 brownies or 8. I'm gonna make cookies. So I got like an eighth. For those of who know about weed, I got about an eighth of regs from some like local guy, and I figured, okay, this is regs. It's like some cheap weed some guy's growing in his basement. So I'll just make a batch of cookies. So who knows how many cookies you get out of a box of cookies? 13, 15, 20, whatever. So I boil the butter with the marijuana. I make this stuff, the green goop that you get. Put that in the cookie batter. Mix it up. Do the whole thing. And I end up with like maybe 30 little, like almost like the Entenmann size cookies, right? Put them on a plate. We're watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something like that in my apartment. And we all eat like 1 or 2, which probably was too much already. Everyone has their cookies. Now we're sitting there. We're watching the TV. I'm sitting in a rolling chair or a folding chair. I don't remember. Everyone's on like my couch, my floor. And all of a sudden, I come to the realization that I don't know how it happened, but like I guess they hit me quick, the weed cookies, and for some fucking strange reason, I just kept eating cookies. Like as we're watching the show, I'm just like, cookie, oh boy, Charlie Day, you're such a funny character. Cookies, all of a sudden they're gone. So we determined that like everyone had like 2 or 3, so there had to be like 15 left or something, 12 left. So I ate them all. So I ate like a dozen pot cookies, right? So I just like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just be really high and I'm gonna get over it and it'll be fine. And then at some point we're watching the show, everyone's giggling and they're all having a good time. And I turn to my sister now, and again, my orientation, my level of lucidity or whatever is like gone. And what the hell was that? Is that you, Matt, in there? I'm hearing like that's you piece of shit. I'm like, who the
one pill? Oh, I was saying White Rabbit.
No, I was like,
I'm saying the story.
Who the hell's making that
I just
noise?
felt like that would be great background music for that right now.
No, so anyway, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I turn to my sister and I go, man, I am so fucking dizzy like right now. Like I can't. I think these were laced with something. Something's wrong. She goes, you're dizzy because you've been spinning in place for like 10 minutes. So I was standing. I was sitting at one point. Now I'm standing, and here I'll just demonstrate really quickly. I don't know if the camera's going to catch me, but I was just doing this. I was just going like, like doing that. I'm just doing that, and for whatever reason, I'm so high, I'm just like spinning in place.
And
right?
you were like,
I don't know if I was making a sound effect, but I remember no one reacting to it until I was like, I looked at my sister. I'm like, I am fucking dizzy. She goes, you're spinning. Stop. Just stop moving. So I sit down. I'm like, whew, okay. I'm just really high. Whatever. It's fine. Go outside. I was smoking cigarettes at the time, so I go outside. And right outside my door is like a little step or whatever. And I'm smoking a cigarette. Smoking my cigarette. My little the central light comes on above my head, and I'm smoking. I'm just looking over. The landlord had a nice green backyard with like trees and grass and stuff. And like I said, it's like July. All of a sudden, here comes a mosquito. Like, the big males, like the big mosquito starts flying slowly towards the light. Right?
You make it seem like this mutated
No,
mosquito.
it was like this big. It was a big fucking mosquito.
okay.
You ever see those like mosquitoes that are like this big and then some are like that big? So it's
still. I think it's just your hands. Like
I can't make things small. Anyway, so this mosquito starts flying towards the light, and I look at the mosquito, and I literally lock eyes with the mosquito. Like I could see from like a distance of 4 feet the mosquito's eyeballs or the eye, whatever they are, and I'm like, holy fucking shit! I look around the backyard, and the trees are kind of like just like pulsing. I'm like, I'm fucking tripping, right? I'm not high anymore. Like this is like mushrooms. Like I'd say I've taken mushrooms before that. So I go back inside, and in typical like I don't know, like my only 2 hallucinogenic experiences. I guess like this is like a common thing. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I have to like tell everyone like I am fucking tripping right now. I'm like fucking losing it right. But I was like calm at the time in the beginning.
You feel obligated to let them know.
I felt an obligation. Like, guys, it has shifted for the worst. I am seeing things. It's crazy out there. And they're like,
Does anybody else hear that madcap laughter? I do.
So they all started laughing, and then shortly after that,
See, laughing would destroy me.
my girlfriend went to bed. Right, she goes to bed, and it's just me and my sisters. And I realized like I picked them up, like I brought them to my apartment because my one sister who was driving wasn't there, and I go like I have to bring them home, and I can't get in the car and do anything right now. So they get a ride, they leave. So now I'm trying to like maintain, as you do when you're tripping. I'm trying to maintain my composure. So my girlfriend's in bed. I'm continue watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I just like I can't watch TV anymore. TV's like just weird to me. It's like noisy and colorful. I'm like I don't like this. This is not funny. So I put it on mute first. Then I start changing through the channels. And I get to like one of those channels, like the blue screen. It's like, have you ever tried this drug? I'm like, oh my god, I can't watch any of this. Right. So now the TV goes off. TV's off. Now I'm in my apartment. The air conditioner's on. And I start realizing that it's just getting like as the comedian Ari Shaffir says, like you just like burst through whatever you think the boundary's going to be, and just keep skyrocketing. So I realized like, okay, I can't. This is it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So I feel like my clothes are like strangling me. Like I gotta get out of these clothes. I'm hot. Meanwhile, the air conditioner's on. It was not hot. I go in the room. I wake my girlfriend up. I'm like, hey, am I okay? She's like, what are you? She's like, wait. I'm like, am I okay right now? Like, do I seem okay? She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. I just ate too many cookies and I don't feel like I'm good. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. She's like, your heart's not beating fast. You're fine. So I strip down to my underwear. Now I'm in my underwear, just pacing back and forth between the bedroom. She goes back to sleep in the living room, talking to myself. So I finally think I got an idea. I'm gonna throw up. If I puke it up, it'll go away. So I go in the bathroom. I turn the light on in the bathroom. I'm trying to make myself puke, and I just can't. Like, nothing's coming out. I'm just, like, spitting or whatever. Then I think, I'll just shit. I'll just make myself take a crap. So I'm sitting on the toilet, and I'm, like, really trying to make myself take a crap, like, take a shit. Like, I'm just like, I got to get these drugs out of my body. I'm, like, losing my fucking mind. And then I had the thought, and this is the anxiety part of my brain, and also, I guess, the drugs and whatever. I'm sitting there going, like, this is exactly how Elvis died. He was on drugs or whatever, and he was trying to shit, or I guess to make himself feel better, and he squeezed it out, and he had a fucking heart attack and died in the toilet. So I'm like, I gotta stop. So I pull nothing happened, obviously. I didn't do anything. So I stand up, and as soon as I stand up, I see myself in the mirror, and now I'm just standing in the mirror at myself for like, I don't know how long, time is gone, so it's for a while. I'm just looking at my pupils that are huge.
Yeah. So
it's not like I'm just high. I'm fucking like, it's like being on mushrooms or something. So I'm like, wow, I'm fucking tripping. And I'm staring in the mirror. I'm starting to come down a little bit. Starting to gain my composure. I'm starting to feel like, all right, I'll just stare in the mirror until the sun comes up. It'll be all right. Once the sun comes up, I'll be better. And this is like between 11 and 1 in the morning at this point, 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. And just as I'm feeling like things are going to be all right, Lou, just calm down, drink some water, you'll be fine. The bathroom door bursts open. It's my girlfriend, who never did any drugs at the time, rarely smoked any pot or anything. Just bursts in the bathroom. She's like, I think I'm freaking out too. I think I'm in a dream. And I literally just take with my one hand. I don't even make eye contact. I just slam the door in her face and push her out. I'm like, you're on your own. You're on your own. So I deal with myself for another 5 or 10 minutes. Because now being freaked out and like I'm just on the brink of like having a panic attack, and someone else coming in like, I need help. It's like, I can't even help me. I'm in my underwear and socks in my own apartment, scared of just my own head. Like I'm losing it. So I finally get out of the bathroom, and she's like in bed, just like sitting up, just like crying, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, you're fine. Just don't come out of this room. Like, stay in here, and I'll stay out there. We cannot intermingle our brains right now, because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to jump out the window. Eventually, she goes back to sleep, right? She passes out. I don't remember if there was another interaction about her freaking out at this point. And so I spend the rest of the night, or most of the rest of the night, for the next 7 hours or so, talking to myself out loud, and I'm drinking water. I'm thinking, if I just drink water, I'll flush out the toxins. I left my faucet running for the entire 7 or 8 hours I'm doing this. So the faucet's just running in the sink, and I just keep walking over and filling up tap water and just chugging tap water, like taking pisses. And And what I started to do was I started to like go in between waves of like freaking out and hysterically laughing. Like I was like, oh man. And I could, as I'm walking through the room, I'm actually like seeing the air. I'm like, wow, this is like awesome. So what I'm doing now is I'm going from the living room. I go into the bedroom. My girlfriend is now sleeping. I keep waking her up and having a conversation with her. I wish I could remember the conversation, but I think it was more along the lines of like, this is awesome. I'm like tripping and I'm scared. It's fucking, she's like, all right, you need to let me go back to sleep because I'm freaking out too. And she'd go back to sleep and I walk in the living room and talk to myself a little bit. Then walk back into the bedroom and wake her up and have the same exact conversation to the point where I didn't remember having it. That like by the 11th time, she's like sitting there waiting for me. She's like, you keep coming in here and keep telling me the same thing. Stop doing that. I'm like, was I in here already? What time is it? And it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. It's been like 8 hours of tripping at this point. So I'm thinking like, all right, I got to eventually go to sleep, but I can't. Like I tried to lay down and like just was like, it was like having the spins. I just couldn't go to sleep. Finally, like the sun is like kind of creeping through the trees and I lay down and I pass out. So this is like, I don't know, 9 in the morning or whatever, or 7:30 in the morning, something like that. Again, my time is all off. I wake up. Before I even open my eyes, my first thought was like, oh, thank God. It's over. I'm good. I sit up. I open my eyes. Nope. I'm still 100% right where I was when I closed my eyes. I'm like, how the fuck is this possible? So I go sit in the living room. Now it's, it's like maybe 11 o'clock in the morning. Staring at the TV off. Just staring at my gray reflection at the TV. Just like, oh, God, what am I going to do? She's like, I'm hungry. You want to go? So I'm like, don't talk to me. Don't even... The phone rings. It's my mom. She's like, you want to come home for dinner today? It's like Sunday morning. I'm like, nope, can't make it because of monsters. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. So like after a couple hours, or I said whatever. After a couple hours, we decided to go to McDonald's. I'm like, all right, let's go to McDonald's. We'll get food.
There's some freaks there. So.
Yeah, I put
I'll blend in.
I put on sunglasses. I get in the car. She gets in the car with me. We drive to McDonald's. Which is like a 5-minute drive from my apartment. It takes me like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like getting lost and back. I'm like, where are we going? Like I'm really like should not be behind the wheel of a car. Get to McDonald's, we get the food, we bring it back. I eat like 2 bites of a hamburger. I'm like, I can't eat. Chewing is weird. Swallowing is weird. The smell of the food is weird. I'm like eating like a little brick of poison. I can't do it. And I spend the whole rest of that day, that's all day Sunday, laying on the, I couldn't even go in my bedroom. We opened up the couch bed. It was like a futon, and we're just laying on the futon, just like staring at the ceiling, just going like, please just be over. Be over, be over, be over. Wake up the next morning, Monday morning, and I'm like 75%. Like 75% good, 25% still totally like in a tripping kind of like a laughy kind of state. I go to work. Everything that happens that day, I'm just like laughing at. Like my boss is talking to me. I'm just like, this is insane. Like I still am not good from 11 o'clock at night on Saturday. I was still fucked up for like, that's like 30, almost 40, like 30 something hours of just tripping balls just from eating too many fucking edibles. And that was my edible story. It's like 2 days of just like
epic story. I remember hearing that the first time.
I remember. I'm sure like I'm missing like details.
Would you do it again?
I would definitely eat like a small amount of edibles.
No, like pretend like you like forget that like you don't like you fuck up the recipe again and like, oh, here we go again.
No. See, like that,
like trick yourself.
If I ever did edibles again, like and I made them, I'm not ballsy enough to do it. And I did leave a few things out of the story, and just remembering them now because they're small details, but they're important for the horror that I was feeling. So the anxiety brain.
Might be Apocalypse Now right there.
People who have anxiety understand. You're looking for reassurance constantly. You're going like, "Hey, am I okay?" Yeah, I know. We're trying to keep the precision of the episode, but
so I'll save mine for next.
Yeah. We'll do more.
Go
next.
ahead. Sorry,
but I just want to finish this. So basically, what I did is, the rational brain and the anxiety brain are battling with each other, and they're going like, "Hey, How do we check if we're really okay?" So I text my sister. My sister is at the time was still smoking pot. So I go, "Hey, are you all right?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good." I go, "Whew, okay. So you're good. So it's not like the drugs it's laced with something. I just took too much." Put my phone down, and this is like in the middle of the night somewhere between like 11 and like 7 in the morning. So I'm like, "Okay, it's just gonna be all right. It's gonna be fine." 25 seconds later, I get a text. My younger sister, my sister I texted me that my younger sister is freaking out at home. They live like 4 miles away at this point. I'm like, oh God. So in my head, I can concoct this anxious fever dream, paranoia. Like I imagine my sister's like screaming and running around the house like on drugs. My parents wake up. I'm like, who gave you the drugs? I'm like, hey, Louie gave it to me. And it's like, come to my apartment and like confront me. Like, we have to go to the hospital now. Your sister's freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, me too. I'm on drugs too. Like, so that happened throughout the night anyway. So that was in the middle of the breakdown. But yeah, that's my story about eating too many edibles and how even though it's pot and it's completely safe, you're not going to die, how it could really fuck with your psyche and make you crazy. And I know you had some, but we're going to save those for next episode.
Yeah, magic mushroom time, baby.
I have a mushroom story too, but I don't know if it's as cool as that.
I got a good one though. We'll talk about it next week. It's called what do they call that? Like a cliffhanger?
Cliffhanger. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you guys for watching the episode with us today. Check us out on Instagram at the Big Bucket of Chicken Podcast. Facebook, the Big Bucket of Chicken. Of course, you're watching us on YouTube or you're listening to on Spotify or Anchor, or we're trying to get on iTunes. And so for all our Apple friends out there who can listen to the show, it's a little weird because I don't use iTunes. So if anyone could give us a pointer how to get the podcast onto iTunes, because Kevin uses iTunes, but Kevin doesn't know anything about technology other than pressing buttons and like looking at naked pictures of women or listening to music. I'm assuming that's what he's doing. It's a real assumption. But
how do you know my history? This is crazy.
It's such a good
Fucking
guess.
crazy.
But yeah, so if you guys can give us a little pointers, that would help. Leave it in the comments. DM me on Instagram, whatever you want to do. Again, thank you for watching episode 12. Look out next week for episode 13. Kevin's going to tell some pot stories, and we'll have some other fun, good stuff for you too. Boom. We're out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah.